Got any more gigs this weekend, or just the only one you got? Oh, so here as well, double header. Yeah. Now with that, do you have to kind of zoom in?
Yeah, that's quite an option.
Yeah.
There's a lot of downtown views.
Which one would you want to go on? Will they tell you when you're live on air, or?
Unfortunately, probably not because they're really busy. I'll just go live. 5 minutes before they start, something like that.
So you have to go through the team lineups and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. It's 5 minutes down the line.
Perfect. Yeah, sweet. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Here we are at sun-drenched Churchill Reserve. Testing 1 2. Yep, good. Okay, awesome.
Testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. Testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1.
Hoping 4-week running block without any issues, and then 2-week training. So maybe what's that, around after Easter, I think, which is better than what they thought originally was going to be like May. But yeah, what can you do? That injury. Exactly right. Yeah, the teams as well, they're getting a bit tired with injury. They're not coming out.
Good luck.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
I'm up in the commentary box. Just quickly, I'm going through the team lineups. Tyson Couchy has just confirming. Has he been signed from Port Melbourne? Avondale, was it? Avondale FC. Okay, cool. I know he was it. Okay, no worries. All right. If you can, yeah, just text it through to me. Yeah. Thanks. Tonchi here. How are you? Hey, just quickly, I'm commentating the North game today, and I'm just going through the team lineups. I noticed Tyson's name is there. Just confirming, has he been signed from Port Melbourne? Port Melbourne was the last club he played for. Avondale. Yep. Okay. So he's come over from Avondale FC. Yep, beautiful. All right, thanks. And that was during the week, was it? He signed or end of the last season? Yep, beautiful. All right, got that. Thanks, buddy. Bye. Sorry. Yeah, whenever you're ready. Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to you wherever you may be. We're coming to you live from a sun-drenched Churchill Reserve in the western Melbourne suburb of St Albans. My name is Tonchi Prusak, and it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you for this blockbuster VPL 1 season opener between the home side North Geelong Warriors and the neighbouring Melbourne Knights. Yes, that's right. North Geelong Warriors, even though they might be about 50 kilometres away in Geelong, they're playing this as their home game in what is going to be an absolute super Saturday of soccer here at Churchill Reserve. And it is part of a Croatian double-header with the Warriors and sister club, the Knights, kicking proceedings off in a little under 4 minutes' time for the VPL 1 season opener. And then later this evening, in fact, at 7:45 p.m, St Albans Dynamo hosting Dandenong City Hajduk in the opening round of the NPL 1, or the NPL Victoria, the Senior NPL Victoria competition. You could not have wished for a better day. The sun is out, the temperature is in the low 20s. There's a gentle breeze coming across the ground, and the conditions on the park are absolutely pristine. The surface is absolutely fantastic, and you will hear that word absolutely mentioned a lot today because it is absolutely phenomenal to have the so-called winter season back. But we are starting off, obviously, in summer. Delightful conditions, and we're going to go through the team lineups very, very shortly as the two teams make their way onto the pitch. And we'll start off, first of all, with the home side, North Geelong Warriors. Number 33, Alexander Mazzaferro, is the goalkeeper. And number 5, we've got the captain, Anthony Barnavats. Number 9, Angus Chapman. Number 10, Cassian Angel. 15, S.A. Adenom. 22, returnee, Patrick Wall, former North junior, who last season was at the Melbourne Victory in the NPL. Number 27, Luke Živčić. 34, Matthew Storšić. 35, George Ellis. Number 55, Shu Nakamura. And another close season signing, number 49, Javaro Nepomuceno, who comes over from Bentley Greens. On to the Melbourne Knights, a side that features no less than 17, or a squad that features no less than 17 new signings, as well as a brand new coach, Mick Calandrella, who was the coach of Brunswick Juventus last year in the VPL 2 competition. He knows the opponents well because Juventus finished second behind the Warriors, and Calandrella makes the cross over to the Melbourne Knights, and he will be at the helm of a vastly different Melbourne Knights team. A new look Melbourne Knights team, and today they're wearing the white top, the black shorts and the white socks, while North Geelong Warriors will be there in their traditional red, white and blue. Also in goals and also wearing the number 33 is Lucas Trenkovsky for the Knights. And then we have number 3, Theodore Oresti. 4, Morris Nugent. Number 5, Thomas Kardelovich. Number 7, Adam Oddo. Joshua Diven, who knows this ground very well and played for St Albans Dynamo last year. He's going to wear number 9. The captain, number 12, Mark Ochieng. Nathan Flanagan will be donning the number 16 shirt. Number 23, Jake Ellenberger. Number 25, Leon Vanden Hoven. And number 19, all eyes will be on this youngster, returning after a stint at Melbourne Victory Academy, a former player of the Knights, Luka Korlic. As players from both teams switching sides, which means that the Warriors will be kicking to the left of your screen. The Knights will be kicking to the right of your screen. Well, all the action in the VPL 1 division kicked off last night, and we'll go through some of those results, as we'll also go through some of the fixtures for this round coming, but all is in readiness for this afternoon's season opener, and we certainly hope wherever you may be, you will be enjoying this game just as much as what I will be enjoying calling it. And there it is. The referee blows his whistle to signal the start of the 2026 season. And it's the Knights immediately looking to go forward into attack. And that's Diven there on the edge of that ball. Luka Korlic involved in that already as the Knights defence clears the ball over in front of the clubhouse. And a great crowd is already in attendance. We're expecting, St Albans Dynamo officials are expecting a crowd in excess of 3,000 today. So we're hoping for a bumper crowd. And, well, with the weather the way it is at the moment, there is no reason why that won't be the case. And already we've got a very, very large crowd in attendance. I'm not even going to try and estimate how many we've got, as Oresti now has the ball, or knocks it forward and headed away by Storšić for the Knights. Angel now, a 1-2 to Chapman, looking for Nakamura, but a nice little deft flick there to Flanagan. Flanagan's got the ball for the Knights. 1-2 there with Korlic. Korlic already becoming quite influential. Josh Diven to number 12, the captain, Mark Ochieng, with a cross that goes far to the far post. Oddo in a tassel there with number 22, and the returnee for the North Geelong Warriors, Patrick Wall. Wall, a former junior at Alco Park. He departed the Warriors and spent several seasons in the Melbourne Victory Academy and scored 6 or 7 goals last year in NPL Victoria. So he's certainly an attacker with proven credentials, and he will be one of the players that Coach Stuart Begg will be really looking forward to. As looks like there's going to be a free kick on that far side, right in the corner. It was, I think, Jake Ellenberger that went down. He was brought down just outside the penalty box. And this is going to be the first opportunity for either side to create a real attacking opportunity. All the tall timber for the Warriors there in the box. Storšić, Barnavats, George Ellis. Luke Živčić, who's normally an attacker, has also gone back to add some height to the North Geelong defence. But don't worry, the Knights also have their fair share of tall players. Bit of a hushed silence falls upon Churchill Reserve as the cross comes to the near post. It's cleared away there by Živčić. Ball goes out of play. It is going to be a throw into the Knights. As you can see on that far side, the grandstand side, a very good crowd in attendance. And on the far side here where the famous hill is and the scoreboard end as well, there's a very good crowd starting to gather as well. The St Albans Dynamo and the Dandenong City under-20s are in action on pitch 2 on the far side. As we had Flanagan once again with the ball across to the far side by Josh Diven. Goes a little bit too far for Corlish, but he tries to get to the ball, can't get there in time. And Wall now is going to take that ball. No, he decides he's going to throw it back to S.A. Adanom, who was there at Alco Park last season. Speaking of attackers, North Geelong has got a very, very strong attacking lineup as well, with Sonny Brimmer and who's on the bench, in fact, number 12, Angus Chapman, number 9, and those two were, and Chapman has the ball right now. They were 1 and 2 in the Golden Boot last year, as Angel now goes forward, looking for Wall, unable to find him. And Brimmer scored so many goals off the bench, particularly towards the start of the season and the end of the season. And no doubt the North Geelong coach, Stuart Begg, will be using him in a similar type of capacity again today. Maurice Nugent knocking the ball out there to number 5, Thomas Kardelovich. Kardelovich now with the ball goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Trenkovsky. Knocks the ball forward to the middle where Nakamura, the Japanese import for North Geelong, manages to get to it. But now we see right in front of the commentary position, number 16, Nathan Flanagan, goes to Corlish. Very influential player in the middle of the park. And it is going to be a free kick to the Melbourne Knights. It wasn't Corlish, but it was, I think, Flanagan who went down. And he seems to be okay. Yes, it was Nathan Flanagan. He seems to be okay, and it is going to be a free kick to the Knights. They'll be very keen to get the competition points today, all 3 competition points, ahead of next week's big game at home against fellow relegated Melbourne Victory. That's next Friday night, while the Warriors will be in action against North Sunshine Eagles next Saturday. But let's not worry about next week. Let's worry about the here and now. Corlish goes to the far post. There's no one there. Patrick Wall sees the ball safely out of play, despite some attention there from Alan Berger. And that looks like it's going to be a good duel, that one, on that far side. There's Chapman now making his way right up until and getting some instructions from the coach right in front of our commentary position. You might in the background hear some words of advice there being passed on as Barnavats, the captain, moves rather attacking kind of a position. He heads the ball. Angel back to Barnavats. Goes out wide to Nakamura. Nakamura goes forward looking for Živčić. Živčić gets pushed in the back, but there's nothing there. Corlish clearing it for the Knights. Looking for Ellenberger, but the ball goes too far, and the ball will be a throw-in for the Warriors on the far side. Ellis. He goes back to Adanom. Long searching pass, looking for Chapman, but it's Aresti managing to head that ball safely to Trenkovsky. Both sides just eyeing the opposition at the moment, and you can certainly see how smooth and flat the surface is. It's in pristine condition as the ball is just gliding along. Both sets of teams opting to play the ball along the ground at the moment. Nakamura going to Chapman. Ball comes out of play, or does it? No, it doesn't. Chapman quick to try and get the ball back as the ball now goes out of play, and it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. We're into the 8th minute now, and we're yet to register a clear-cut scoring opportunity. Might be an opportunity now to have a look at some of the results from last night. Port Melbourne travelled to CB Smith Reserve and took on Brunswick Juventus. And it was Brunswick Juventus, the newly promoted team, taking on the newly relegated team. And it was the newly promoted team, Juventus, recording a 3-0 win as Wall now runs to the corner, manages to keep the ball in play. He's got Adam Oddo to contend with. Goes back to Chapman now, and Chapman heads it. And it's an outstretched save there from Trenkovsky. And the first clear scoring chance, and boy, did that come close to not only being the first scoring opportunity, but also the first goal of the afternoon. And Chapman will be very, very hungry to score more goals as he did last year. I think he scored 15 last year. Bremer scoring 16. Wall now. He's got 3 Knights players to contend with, and in the end, it's Otto that gets the ball away to Karlovic now. He goes into Van den Holen. The Knights with the possession at the moment. On the far side, Alan Berger knocks the ball out, and it is a free or throw into the Knights. Živčić out to Wall, who's been very, very active in the early stages. He manages to evade one player, but Karlovic now gets it away. A sweeping tackle there, and it's a throw-in. And if he hadn't have intervened on that occasion, Chapman was lurking very, very dangerously at the top of the penalty box. And the Warriors, after absorbing some early pressure from the Knights in their defensive half, seem to have swung the tables a little bit and appear to be now a little bit more adventurous going forward. It might be, just have a look, but is that Nepomuceno is wearing the number 49. Yes, Javaro Nepomuceno. He's wearing the number 49. Originally we had number 37 there. Speaking of, Nepomuceno now on the ball, who had a stint at the Knights before playing at Bentley Greens last year. The Kamuro now in the middle. Goes out wide to Adenom. He manages to keep it in play. Patrick Wall now on the edge of the box. And he strikes it. Chapman once again with the header. Unable to place it where he wanted it, but manages to get the possession again. Desperate Knights defence now trying to clear it out. Cassian Angel, the midfield general. Back to Chapman. Chapman loses it, but he puts a lot of pressure. Angel now has got a bit of space. Back to Angel. He switches side, runs to the far side. Alice now. Alice looking for Chapman and finding him. He tries to keep it in with his shoulder, but the referee has deemed it was closer to the elbow, and it was a handball. And as a result, free kick to the Melbourne Knights, quickly taken there by the captain, Mark Ochieng. He goes all the way back into the middle of defence there. Aresti was there, looking further afield for, I think it was Thomas Karlovic, but unable to control it, and the ball goes out of play for a throw-in in front of the capacity-filled little grandstand there on that far side. Barnavats now to Chapman. Chapman's got 2 players, 3 players. He squeezes through, and this is an opportunity. And it was a great opportunity there for Luke Živčić. The referee had waved play on. Nugent going forward, looking for Josh Diven. But it is going to be now kept in play, it looks like, but no, it hasn't. The ball has gone out of play, and it will be a goal kick to the Melbourne Knights. To North Geelong, I should say. Alex Mazzaferro managing to keep that ball protected, and it went out to safety without former Dynamo attacker Josh Diven getting onto it. That was a big pickup for the Knights. Josh Diven, who was a very focal attacker last year for St Albans Dynamo as they managed to stave off relegation towards the end of the NPL season last year. And Ellis read that beautifully and chips in. He goes out to Chapman, but it's intercepted by Ochieng now. Just outside the box. He goes into the middle of the park. In the middle of the penalty box where Jake Ellenberger was there. But he was unable to control that ball. Nonetheless, it has taken a deflection off the North Geelong defender. Might have been George Ellis there. And the ball goes out for a corner to the Knights to be taken by Luka Korlic. Fairly even opening half here at Churchill Reserve. We've almost gone a quarter of an hour, and it's Korlic now signalling that he's going to go long. But he decides to go to the front of the post. Ochieng was there. Angiel clears it away, and it quickly switches from the right of your screen to the left of your screen. And the Knights have it in their defensive half, now looking at options what to do. Thomas Kardelovic had that ball, but he goes out now to Theo Oresti, to Flanagan. Goes in board to Vandenhoven, but it's the Warriors now. Angel goes far looking for Wall. Wall's got plenty of space on the edge of the box there, and he looks to get into the box. He's got two players to contend with. Nugent desperately kicks the ball away. Ball goes out of play, and it is going to be a throw-in. Patrick Wall certainly is starting to come into the game on that right wing. Looking rather dangerous, and he's certainly going to be one of the players that Warriors coach Stuart Begg will be looking to this afternoon. Throw in to the Warriors. It's funny calling them the home side, but as part of this big season opening Croatian derby, and ball's offside, deemed offside, so it's going to be a free kick to the Melbourne Knights. As part of this season opening Croatian derby blockbuster, and I guess it makes sense. We've got the I&D Group, well, it must be a world first really, the major sponsor of both the Knights and the Warriors, but also the I&D Group under community benefactor, I guess, Croatian community benefactor Ivan Filipovic. His I&D Group also is the major sponsor of St Albans Dynamo and Dandenong City Hajduk as well. So a true philanthropist. As we return to the on-field action here on that far side, it's S.A. Adenom with the ball. He's looking for his options as he throws the ball in, looks to Luke Živčić. Živčić now tries to find an opening there, but was unable to do so. And the ball went off, I think it was Nugent, for a throw-in. Angel to Storšić. He switches the ball looking for Nakamura on the far side, but it's Mark Ochieng for the Knights who gets it forward to Divan. Storšić kicked the ball out right in front of the Melbourne Knights bench. Mick Calandralla there in black for the new Knights coach. Oresti goes to the far side. He finds Thomas Kardelovic. Ellenberger back to Kardelovic. He's got a couple of options. Goes in board to Oresti, who goes forward once again looking for Ellenberger, but he's unable to get to the ball in time. Ball goes out of play, and even though Adanom there tried to knock the ball back to his keeper for a goal kick, it's in fact going to be a throw-in right in that pocket on the far side. Well, apart from the Brunswick-Juventus-Port Melbourne game, which was played last night, and Juventus won 3-0, Brunswick City hosted Northcote City in the Battle of the Cities, and it was Northcote City prevailing with a 4-2 victory. So today we've got Manningham taking on Bulleen Lions. That game kicked off at 3:15 p.m. We'll see if we can get a progress score there. And later tonight, Langwarrin hosting North Sunshine. Tomorrow, Western United taking on Melbourne, Serbia. And then on Monday to conclude round one, Melbourne Victory hosting the Eltham Redbacks at the home of the Matildas. The referee looked to play an advantage there, but now, if by any chance, we've got a community announcement here, if by any chance, if the owner of a red Kia 2DA 6PF is watching or listening, we've got a message to move their car before it gets towed, as the truck needs that space. So if you are the owner of a red Kia 2DA 6PF, it's being asked to move, otherwise their car will be towed away. Community football at its greatest. Cassian Angel, he goes through one, goes through two, goes through three players, and in the end it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. It is. It just wasn't able to wind up for a shot or lay it off to the left-hand side to his left path, where we had Luke Živčić and Angus Chapman both waiting ominously for a cross. Instead, it's going to be a goal kick to the Melbourne Knights. A former two-time Australian champion in the old National Soccer League back in the 90s, mid-90s. The Melbourne Knights experienced what could possibly be deemed their first relegation. They have been relegated in years gone by, but that was for different reasons as opposed to their performance on the park. But they would be certainly very, very keen to get back to where they belong in the NPL Victoria competition, the elite statewide division. Flanagan for the Knights. Goes all the way back to Aresti. He's going to go long looking for Alan Berger, but the ball goes way too long, maybe aided by that gentle breeze that is coming across the ground. And it's going from our back towards the main clubrooms side, or the main clubroom side. Fairly even contest in these opening 20 or so minutes here at Churchill Reserve. It's been quite entertaining as both sides look to create that early ascendancy. Mazzaferro, or Mazzaferro if you want to pronounce it correctly, the Warriors goalkeeper. He's only 20 years of age. Already he's got tons of senior football experience. There's a lot of those players at the Warriors, very, very young. S.A. Adnan, he's 20. Luke Živčić, he's 20. We've got Patrick Wall, he's only 18. Korlich now going on the far side to Flanagan. He gets inside the box. This is dangerous for the Warriors. Flanagan now looks to post it in, and there's an opportunity, an early chance for Luka Korlich to get his name up on lights. And what a fairy tale return that would have been if he had scored on his return. But the ball goes well over the crossbar, well over the target. But that could quite easily have been the opening goal of the season, or the opening goal of the game. There were no less than 9 goals scored last night. Barnavats, the North Geelong Warriors captain, he had a very eventful off-season, becoming a father for the first time at the age of 31. And as most first-time parents will tell you, they have a lot more. They have a lot more to play for when they become a proud dad. Well, he's also pretty much the fatherly figure on the park for a lot of these younger Warriors. A push in the back for Nepomuceno, but the referee just didn't see that. Theo Aresti now goes back to Kardlovic, a homegrown player in the Knights, and it's great to see these players that work their way up through the juniors and end up in the seniors. Nugent to Aresti. Flanagan now. Nakamura to Barnavats. Corlich manages to get it back to Nugent. Good diving tackle there by Zilic. Back with Aresti. Corlich stops props. He goes back now to Karlovic. Alan Berger on the far side to Corlich. Barnovac does well to get the ball there. Živčić. Angel looking for Chapman with a very, very quick move there, but it was unable to execute that pass. Nakamura now fighting with Aresti. Aresti wins out in the end. The Aresti now goes forward. He's got lots of space. Has he got options? He has. Flanagan on his right. Flanagan now on the edge of the box. Left ping out towards Alan Berger, goes too far. Adnom now. Could this be now a counter-attack for the Warriors? Ball goes forward looking for Patrick Wall. A little too far. And it's relayed to Trenkovski in the Warriors' goal, in the Melbourne Knights' goal. Trenkovski to Aresti. Flanagan doing battle with Barnovac. Barnovac managed to get the ball off him, but the referee says he did so illegally. He's caused an infringement, and it will be a free kick to the Melbourne Knights. Very warm conditions. It may be in the low 20s, but certainly with not a noticeable breeze. It's quite slight. So if the breeze was that little bit stronger, it might cool things down, but certainly out on the park, it is quite warm. We are towards the end of a Melbourne summer, which doesn't really mean much these days, as Corlich once again had a half-hearted attempt there that went straight to the Warriors goalkeeper Alex Mazzaferro, and he had no trouble in, getting his goalkeeper mitts around that ball. Živčić now had to contend there with Karlovic. Vandenhoven has the ball. Patrick Wall tried to get that ball, but was unable to control it. And it will be a throw to the Knights. As we said, they're wearing a change strip today, change away strip of white, black, white. But next week we'll see them in their traditional red, white, blue. The kit, pretty much the kit that the North Geelong Warriors are wearing now. There's Ochieng, who's drifted forward on the edge of the box. He looks up, goes to the back post. Alan Berger now chests it down. But Barnovac clears it for the Warriors. Patrick Wall now fighting for that ball. And he used his hands there, and it looks like it will be a free kick. I think it was a free kick to Adam Odo, who quickly takes it and goes to his right, where he finds Aresti. Aresti to Flanagan. Flanagan's been quite active on this right wing. To Corlich on the edge of the box. Back to Flanagan, and here's a curling effort that goes just to the wrong side of the far post there, the upright. And once again, Warriors goalkeeper Alex Mazzaferro had that under control, and certainly no need to panic. Goal kick to the Warriors. The Knights will be in action next Friday night at Tomset Stadium with kickoff at 8:30 p.m. And stay tuned for details about that game. Knights officials, I'm told, are working on a live stream for that particular game. Meanwhile, North Geelong Warriors will travel to North Sunshine Eagles at Larissa Reserve, and they will be in action on Saturday at 3 p.m. And there is a possibility that that game could also be live streamed. I'm led to believe a lot of the North Sunshine Eagles games will be live streamed. So do stay tuned to social media posts from both those clubs this week. Patrick Wall clears that ball. I think he may have been going for the goals, but on pitch number 2. He certainly had his back to the goals here on pitch number 1, the main pitch. And, well, rather it was a clearance. Free kick now to a free throw to a throw into the Melbourne Knights. I'll get that right. We hope you certainly are enjoying today's live stream of the VPL 1 round 1 clash between the Knights and the North Geelong Warriors. Wall now on the edge of the box. Gets past 2 players, 3 players. Has a shot from about 10-15 metres out with his left peg. And went wide of Trenkovski's post. But he certainly has been figuring in a lot of those attacking moves on that right-hand side for the North Geelong Warriors. Former junior, who we said at the top of the match, top of the live stream, he had a stint, a very successful stint at Melbourne Victory. Darnum now goes all the way back to that defensive midfield position where Matthew Stoppage has it. He goes to his colleague on the right, George Ellis. Knocks it now into the middle to Barnavats. And they play a little bit of a triangle there with Ellis now to Nepomuceno. And Živčić there was pushed, and he's going to get a free kick. Could that be a yellow card? The referee sort of thought about it for a second, but he's just said, let's allow cooler heads to prevail. It's a free kick in a dangerous position for the Warriors, for the Melbourne Knights, I should say, to be taken by the Warriors. Cassian Angel standing over the top, as is Javaro Nepomuceno, 2 of the Warriors visa players. And dare say it's going to be Nepomuceno to take this. He certainly looks like he's looking for options. Barnavats, Stoppage, Chapman, Ellis, they're all up there. Živčić. And straight into the wall there. Flanagan now. Switches sides, looking for Alan Berger. He manages to keep it in play. Adenom now to Angel. Barnavats. Barnavats still with the ball. Is that going to be a free kick? It looks certainly like it is going to be one, and it was a foul on Nepomuceno. We've gone past the half-hour mark, and it's still 0-0 here at Churchill Reserve. A rather even contest to open up the VPL 1 season campaign for both these teams. Very good crowd in attendance on both sides of the pitch. Angel streams forward looking for Nepomuceno. And he just to somehow keep it in play. Goes out to the left to Chapman. Can Chapman keep it in play? Looks for Wall in the middle. Barnavats now. And there's going to be a free kick, it appears, or maybe not. The referee's going. There is a Melbourne Knights player down, and he's just gone to check on him and make sure everything's fine. Looks like it could be Karlovic. Thomas Karlovic went down. He's okay as he gets back up onto his feet. A little bit of a limp there, but he's fine. Grabs a quick drink from his goalkeeper, Trenkovski. And it'll be Trenkovski to take the free kick. The famous hill here at St Albans is starting to also fill up. But you aren't able to see that. That's on the camera side of the ground. Right to our left-hand side of the commentary tower here at Churchill Reserve. And if plans do eventuate here at St Albans. In a few years' time, we will be seeing an unbelievably modern and luxurious complex. Dinamo officials have received funding pledges from both the council and the federal government, and this year being the state election year, they're hoping to get some funding from the state government, which would allow them to totally redevelop Churchill Reserve. So exciting times ahead for this club based in outer west or western suburban Melbourne. And they will be in action later on tonight. And they take on Dandenong City, sister club Dandenong City, in the first round of the NPL Victoria. As Chapman now on the edge of the box, he goes and tacks it to Wall, and Wall taps it in. And it is the Warriors leading after 35 minutes. A well-worked piece of play there. Chapman on the left-hand side crossed it in inch perfect, where Patrick Wall was able to get his foot on there and slide it, glide it into the net past Lucas Trenkovsky. And there we have the first goal of the afternoon in the 35th minute. And fantastic piece of play there by the Warriors. North Geelong leads the Melbourne Knights 1-0. It was a goal we needed to certainly get the action rolling even more. It was starting to settle a little bit too much, as both teams were quite sort of content to play the ball around, but that goal certainly will make the Warriors hungry for a second. It will also make the Knights very, very hungry for the equaliser. Karlovic goes back to Nugent. He switches it out to his right-hand side, where Resti then knocks it back to Nugent, in turn to Karlovic. Ellenberger on the far side tried to do a 1-2 with Adam Oddo. Didn't come off. And in the end, it is going to be a Warriors throw-in on the far side. They say Adhanom with the ball. Storšić now, it's a high one. Heads it back to Ellis. Ellis kicks it forward. Nakamura and Flanagan chasing them. Nakamura manages to get the ball out. Well, managed to get the ball. He taps it. It did a bit of a somersault there as well. Referee said no. There's no infringement there. Mark Ochieng now to Van den Holen. Ends up with Aresti. Back to number 4 there in Nugent. Over to Karlovic on the far side. Ellenberger goes forward to Luka Kolic. He's got George Ellis to contend with. Ellis manages to read that well. Gets it to his captain, Barnavats. Barnavats now to Angel. Warriors looking very good as they come out of defence into attack. Chapman, who's had that assist right at the start. He's got Mark Ochieng to contend with. He goes inboard looking for and finding the Pumaceno. To Nakamura. Warriors looking dangerous. Nakamura now. He's got Barnavats in the middle. He opts to go for George Ellis. Ellis now looking around for options. He's only 24, but it seems like George Ellis has been playing forever and a day at Alco Park. He almost makes a mistake there as the ball now gets to Kolic on the edge of the box. Here's an opportunity, and it hits the crossbar. Does not go over the line. And that should have been the equaliser. And Ellis will be kicking himself there, because that could have quite easily led to the equaliser. Kolic had an opportunity there to shoot. He took that opportunity. He shot. But the ball hit the crossbar, the underside of the crossbar. And talk about fairy tale returns. Both Kolic, and here's an opportunity for Josh Diven back to the action. Ellis now tries to redeem himself. Chapman Chapman gets it out now to the Pumacheno. He's got Barnavats. Barnavats now lifts it forward, looking for Patrick Wall, the goal scorer. He can't get around his opponent there, Theo Resti, and it looks like it is going to be a free kick against Wall. Wall's got this rugged, aggressive style, and it can sometimes land him in hot water, but generally speaking, that tenacious style, I think, is going to be very, very welcome down at Alco Park this year. He's already shown himself in this opening half hour. He's a great pickup. And while Wall had a stint at Melbourne Victory last year, so too did Luka Kolic. So it could have been the two ex-Melbourne Victory players that could have both been on the score sheet. Well, one of them is Patrick Wall, and that's why the Warriors at the moment are leading 1-0. Vandenhoven. It's Ellenberger now. Ochieng with the ball in the middle of the park to Kolic. Back to Ochieng. Flanagan now. Thought for the Knights. The captain, Ochieng, goes inboard to Nugent. He's right in the middle of the centre circle. Goes out wide to Flanagan on the right. Can Flanagan get there? He can. He's got Nakamura to contend with on the edge of the box. Goes to the middle of the box where George Ellis headed away by Chapman. And now a free kick against Luke Živčić. And the first yellow card of the afternoon. Jake Ellenberger. The recipient of the yellow ticket in the 41st minute of play. It's been a fair game. Certainly hasn't been malice by either side. Well contested game nonetheless, but certainly been played in good spirits, as you'd expect from these two sister clubs. Or maybe not. Sometimes when sister clubs come up against each other, there's more than just bragging rights to contend with. Chapman now manages to not only get possession, but he also gets a throw-in, earns a throw-in. And as he's got a little bit of wind knocked out of him, Nakamura now has the ball. He looks at options further afield. He's happy just to take his time. Goes forward looking for Nepomukeno. Živčić now out to the far side. Adanom now. He tries to get past two players. He got past one. Flanagan now heads the ball forward to Barnavats. Barnavats goes forward. It's a bit of an aerial ping-pong at the moment. Flanagan, who I think Kolic was at on that occasion. Josh Diven now. He's got the ball as he streams forward. Cassian Angel was bearing down on him as it's Ellenberger on the far side. And he's unable to control it. Ball goes out of play. It will be a goal kick. Just over 3 minutes left of regulation time, plus any time added on. There hasn't been too much stoppages in this first half, so we don't expect too much of a additional time. But all eyes will be on the fourth official in a couple of minutes' time. Thrown to the Warriors on the far side. Živčić now for North Geelong. Nakamura now. He's got a bit of space. Opts to go out to the left to Chapman. Chapman once again tries to cross the ball, but it was cleared away by the Knights defence. And it will be a throw-in to the North Geelong Warriors deep into this first half. We've gone 43 minutes, so another 2 minutes of regulation time. So plenty of time for another goal for the team in red. Once again, cleared away. Might have been Luka Kolic on that occasion. No, it wasn't. It was, in fact, Thomas Karlovic. How can we get those two wrong? And it is a corner for North Geelong. despite the temperature being in the low 20s. It's nonetheless quite warm out there. And with the intensity of this type of game, this type of competition, I think both teams will be very keen for that little bit of a break at half-time. Angel now looking for a Warriors player, can't find any, but it's headed out to Nakamura. Angel now once again with the ball. He goes out to the far side looking for Patrick Wall. Goal scorer, Ellenberger breaks away. Hotly contested by Chapman. Ochieng now switches play, finds Flanagan. He's got Josh Diven to his right. No, it's not Luka Korlich, sorry. Korlich now. He upends Cassian Angel. Flanagan back to Korlich now. He crosses it in, cleared away by Barnavats. Poked away by Nakamura. He gets it to Pumaceno. Back to Nakamura. Živčić now. Uses his body well, and he's a little bit disappointed that the ref didn't say advantage on that occasion, because he got himself up off the deck and he was ready to go. Nonetheless, it is going to be a free kick, and as we now enter looks like there's a 1 minute of time to be added on, and we have entered that 1 minute. So as predicted, there wasn't too many stoppages. The Pumaceno, sorry. He goes down, and it is going to be a free kick to the Warriors. I dare say this will be the last action of the first half. No doubt after this, it will be the referee will signal the break. 1-0 at the moment to the Warriors. Cassian Angel over the ball. And no doubt he'll be going for the far post where Živčić, Barnavats, Chapman, they're all congregating around that area. Ball goes closer towards Ellis and rebounded off Matthew Storšić, and the ball just sailed over the crossbar, but that could quite easily have been a second goal. It is going to be a goal kick now. Lucks of fortune there for the Melbourne Knights. They could have found themselves 2-0 down at half-time, but as the case at the moment, they're just 1-0. And there is the half-time whistle here at Churchill Reserve, as the crowd has, the Melbourne Knights supporters, it looks like, have started to find their voice, and it's a festive feeling here at Churchill Reserve as the crowd continues to build up. They're going to take a break, the players are going to take a break, and we are going to take a break here at Churchill Reserve with the half-time score here in this VPL 1 Round 1 clash. North Geelong Warriors 1, the Melbourne Knights 0. We'll see you back in 15 minutes' time. Yeah. I reckon tonight's game will be even bigger. Yeah. They were expecting a lot. Like, they're expecting anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000. So, yeah. Oh, like, you'll probably find this will all be chockers. That's, I mean, quite full now as it is. Like, everyone's inside the club rooms and watch when it comes out. There'll be... I'm kind of surprised. Like, I would have thought they would have played the 23s, like, earlier. Like, and then have this as the curtain raiser and then, you know, maybe half hour, an hour or whatever. But I think it's logistics. I think what they're probably doing, I'm not sure, but I think they might be doing, like, up until half-time here, all the gate money went to North Geelong because they're like the home team. I think. I'm not 100% certain. And then after that, it would have been everything goes to St Albans. So I think that's how they've done it. Or I heard on someone say that actually St Albans had kind of bought the home game. I don't know, whatever, because the main sponsor, I&D, sponsors all 4 clubs. So these 2 plus the next 2 as well. So he sponsors all 4 like a major sponsor. All good, Tommy. I just wanted to see if you had money to buy something. Have you? All right. Once I finish the game, or you can come up here to where I'm in the commentary box and get something, and I'll give it to you. All right, but I'm about to commentate, so I won't be able to talk. All right, babe? All right. Welcome back to Churchill Reserve, and I do believe that the sound was on before the pictures were on, but nonetheless, we now have got pictures and sound, thanks you to Marco Butorats. My name is Tonchi Prusak. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you at Churchill Reserve, home of St Albans Dynamo. But for today's VPL 1 season opener, it is the home of the North Geelong Warriors, who lead the Melbourne Knights 1-0 in this blockbuster Croatian derby season opener of the VPL 1 season. It's been an even, maybe somewhat cagey opening first half, but it's only 1 goal separates the 2 teams, courtesy of a 35th minute strike by returnee Patrick Wall. The Knights had their fair share of chances late in that game as well, most notably another returnee, but this time to the Melbourne Knights, Luka Korlic. And interestingly, as we mentioned in the first half, both those players played for the Melbourne Victory Academy side in the NPL Victoria competition. And after Victory got relegated to this division, well, Wall's gone to his old junior club, North Geelong Warriors, and Korlic has gone back to his old club, the Melbourne Knights. Well, all is in readiness for this second half, about to kick off very, very shortly. And it is going to be the North Geelong Warriors who are going to get things rolling with number 49, Javaro Nepomuceno, who also did enjoy a stint at the Knights about a year ago before he went to Bentley Greens. And we were about to be underway in this first half. We are indeed underway. The Pumachero to Angel. He quickly gets it over to Patrick Wall, the scorer of that one and only goal. Keeps it in play. He now looks to cross the ball in, and he almost found Chapman. But it was Mark Ochieng managing to get that ball away, as the Knights now look to turn defence into attack, as Alan Berger on the near side contends with S.A. Adenom. And the ball goes out of play for a North Geelong Warriors throw-in. Well, already we've got some end-to-end stuff happening in the opening minute of this second half. Živcic now. Looking for Angel, but it's knocked away there by Nugent. Chapman now. Ball going a little bit high. Ellis. Pumaceno rushes that a little bit. Bit of an aerial ping-pong happening between these two teams. Pumaceno now. Long searching ball for Nakamura on that far side, and I think maybe that's what his initial intention was. Chapman lurking dangerously inside the box. Back to Nakamura. He's unable to control it. Interestingly, in the last few minutes, the wind has picked up. I'm not too sure if we got it, having some technical glitches at the moment with the visuals, but hopefully you can hear us. Knights now. Josh Diven goes forward looking for Luka Korlic. Unable to control it, but the ball goes off the Warriors player Adenom, and it is going to be a throw-in to the Melbourne Knights. Stoppage tries to clear it. The wind has definitely picked up in the last few minutes. And Diven now very dangerous there with his foot highly raised. Looks like I wonder if he's going to get a yellow card. I don't think, yeah, it looks like he may. Looks like he just might, because that was Ellis that went down in that contest. And Ellis is still down, holding his head. But it is going to be a free kick to the North Geelong Warriors deep inside their defensive half. 1-0 to North Geelong in the battle of the two Croatian community-backed clubs. The opening round of the VPL 1 competition, the 2026 season. And isn't it great to have football back? The off-season has been a rather long off-season, as is always the case. Ellis gets up off the field, off the bench, off the ground, I should say. He seems to be okay, and the game will continue. No need for the Warriors coaching staff to resort to the bench. As we can, from what we can see, there have been no changes to either team at half-time. The same 11 that took to the park in the first half are the same 11 for both teams on the park in the second half. And Ellis must be okay, because he used his head there to knock the ball down. Chapman, he's been bundled off the ball in a rather aggressive manner and has earned himself and his side a free kick on that far side, on the grandstand side. We're hoping certainly that the problems that we've been having as far as the picture have been rectified, and that you're able to fully immerse yourself and enjoy this contest that is taking part at Churchill Reserve today. And if you're just tuned in and wondering why North Geelong Warriors are playing their home game in St Albans, it's because this is the first of a all Croatian derby double-header, with later on tonight at 7:45, St Albans and Dandenong City playing their first game of the NPL Victoria 2026 season. The Senyol NPL Victoria competition. Thanks to Senyol, who are the naming rights sponsor. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's a bit of a stronger breeze happening in this second half, and not enough to have a major impact on the game, but in the first half we saw absolutely idyllic conditions. Very, very gentle breeze, just enough to cool things down slightly, but apart from that, the surface is in pristine condition, as you'd expect it for the first game of the season. Kasian Angel knocking it forward. Karlovic knocking it back. Korlic in the middle of the park. He gets past Jivcic. Flanagan on the far side. Storšić intercepts for the Warriors. He goes forward. He goes past one. He goes past two. He's not used to doing this, going so far forward. And he continues, Storšić, but he's dispossessed. It's the Knights now. Luka Korlic in the middle of the park contending with Barnavac, the captain for the Knights, for North Geelong, I should say. Kasian Angel now. Very fast-paced end-to-end action happening here. As might even have some flares happening here, because the smoke is drifting, and it's certainly not from the barbecue. It's ball is cleared away. And we have a North Geelong player down. Looks like it's Angus Chapman. No, it's not. It's actually Patrick Wall. Is he? Medico there, appearing for. Looks like he's signalling to the bench for scissors. And at this stage, it looks like Sonny Brimmer is warming up, ready to come on. That's not looking good. It's not looking good at all, as Wall, who was without doubt North Geelong's most influential player, coming off now in the 52nd minute, and that is a big blow. That is a massive, massive blow for North Geelong. We'll try and find out what the situation there is, but he was, in my opinion, the best player in the park in those opening 50 or so minutes, and he's been substituted, so that is a major blow for the Warriors. Their goal scorer coming off in the 54th minute now, and he's been replaced by Sonny Brimmer, who was last year's VPL 2 Golden Boot winner. And he'll have an opportunity to add to his goal-scoring tally, his cumulative goal-scoring tally. There's Barnavac in the middle of the park now. He's got two Knights players to contend with. He's pushing and pulling Morris Nugent, and ended up the Knights ended up with the free kick on that occasion. Mark Ochieng quickly takes it, and he goes to Adam Oddo. And it looks like it's an offside now. We have been told that the picture has been rectified, the visuals. So we're back to enjoying the full coverage of this enthralling contest, both from an audio and a visual perspective. Well, the first substitution has been made, a forced substitution that has seen the goal scorer, Patrick Wall, come off and replaced by Sonny Brimmer, as that was a bit of a waste. The ball going out of play, and a throw in to the Knights. Ochieng on that far side, just under the VIP stand. Ball goes out of play, and once again it's going to be a 1st and 10 down in Gridiron Talk. I suppose with the Super Bowl just happening, they've probably gained about 10 metres. Let's stick to our game, because it is the best game in the world. The Knights now, as Alan Berger having the ball in front of us, goes back to Karlovic, goes over on the far side to Aresti, back to Karlovic. Heavon's Oddo. And Warriors doing a very good press at the moment, trying to keep the Knights at bay. Ellenberger back to Karlovic. Karlovic forced to go forward. We're using the outside of his foot. The ball goes a little bit too far, and it's easily taken there by Mazzaferro for the North Geelong Warriors. He sprays it out wide to his left-hand side, where Storcic is there. The Knights quickly get possession of the ball. Korlich to Divan. Živčić, who's been doing a lot of hard work. Barnevat's doing some fancy footwork there. Van den Holen to Ochieng. Flanagan now, who's very active in the first half. There's calls for a free kick on the edge of the box there, but the referee says no. Play on. Thomas Karlovic now. The middle of the defence there. Out to his left to Oddo. Ellenberger tries to get past Adanom. And the ball goes out of play, and it looks like it came off Adam Oddo. As a result, it will be a throw-in to the North Geelong Warriors. We've almost played an hour of this contest, almost played an hour of this game. And at the moment, it's the Knights down 1-0. As the Warriors start inching closer and closer to where our commentary position is situated, right on the halfway line here at Churchill Reserve. Korlich. He goes to Flanagan, to Divan. Flanagan now on the edge of the box. Barnevat's comes through. Barnes storming Barnevat's, and he knocks the ball out of play. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in. And Captain Courageous there doing very well to shore up the defence. He's been playing very well, Anthony Barnevat. He's got a new lease of life. Last year played more of a central or a defensive midfield role. As Divan now almost got on the end of that lofted cross. Wasn't able to quite get his foot on there. But back to Anthony Barnevat's playing kind of in that defensive midfield role. Gave him an opportunity to go forward on several occasions and use that height and use that experience and that strength as well. As Ferro knocks the ball forward. Ball goes out of play on the halfway line, and Mark Ochieng, who has crossed over from Hume City, and immediately his leadership skills were noticed by Mick Calandrella, the new Knights coach, and rewarded him with the captain's armband for this season. Ellenberger now. But Barnevat's once again. Chapman knocking the ball forward, looking for Sonny Brimmer on this far side, on this close side, I should say. But it looks like the Knights will be making some changes very, very shortly. The team manager coming over to the fourth official to give him some slips of paper signifying there's going to be a change. Ellenberger gets pushed off by George Ellis. Ellis now streaming forward. He has Nepomuceno on the right-hand side to Brimmer. Brimmer tries to maintain possession. He doesn't really do too good an chance, but doesn't matter. It is the Melbourne Knights that kick that ball out of play. And now it looks like we will have a double substitution very, very shortly. And the ball's kicked out for a goal kick. And it looks like a triple substitution. Now when I think about it, Massimo D'Argenio is one of the players. Michael Suski is another. And Atticus Gonzalez, the third player, about to come on. And we will just see very shortly who the three players that will be exiting the Churchill Reserve pitch are. Alan Berger now with possession. There's a mad scramble there. Barnavats against Alan Berger. Kicks it out. It's come off Alan Berger. And Pumacheno now shielding the ball from Karlovic. He goes to Živčić. Živčić chips it beautifully to Chapman, but the assistant referee, the linesman there on the near side, says the ball was offside. Well, there's our first substitution. Adam Otto coming off. Jake Allenberger and Leon Vanden Hooyen also coming off. So we had Massimo D'Argenio, Atticus Gonzalez and Michael Suski coming on. So 3 new players enter the battlegrounds, 3 players exit. So Otto, Allenberger and Vanden Hooyen, they have been substituted by Michael Suski, Atticus Gonzalez and Massimo D'Argenio. Well, we've got about half an hour left of this contest. There's still plenty of time for lots and lots of football to come in this rather enthralling season opener between the Knights and North Geelong, as Warriors going to attack. Chapman on the edge of the box. He tries to push the ball forward, but the referee says it was a diving tackle, and it looks like it's going to be a yellow card to Angus Chapman. Angus Chapman there getting a yellow card. And no sooner has the fourth official been busy with substitutions for the Melbourne Knights. He's about to be called upon very shortly with another substitution happening for the North Geelong Warriors. Looks like Kingsley Eshun is going to come on, the visa player who is a former player with Queen's Park Rangers in England in the junior setup there, and he comes to North Geelong from Riverside Olympic in Tasmania. Melbourne Knights with the ball. Brimmer to Živčić. On that far side, he finds Nepumacheno. He tries to get around Theo Aresti, unable to do so. The Knights now, Ochieng with the ball. He's got Živčić to contend with. To Nugent. Now D'Argenio getting his first touch. Suski as well. He's got the ball now on his right peg. Looks for Korlich. Back to Suski on the edge of the box. He crosses it in, and it's managed to be headed straight up in the air by Stoppage. And that gives his goalkeeper, Mazzaferro, plenty of time to organise himself. Very festive feel here at Churchill Reserve. A great crowd. The Knights fans are certainly in fine voice now. Cassian Angel running in the opposite direction, but he's still got the ball. The Pumacheno now in the middle of the park. He manages to stay on his feet. Korlich, though, dispossesses him. Here come the Melbourne Knights looking for that elusive equaliser. It was Flanagan. Got on the edge of the box. And there you can see the wind taking that ball. And that was Sonny Brimmer there, who got one fair and squarely right in the back and has earned a free kick. And substitution now happening for the Melbourne, for North Geelong Warriors rather, Javaro Napumacheno coming off, and he's going to be replaced by the new recruit, close season signing from the Tasmanian team, Riverside Olympic, Eshun Kingsley. So one attacking player for another attacking player. And it'll be interesting to see how he looks quite strong, Kingsley. And we've got him on the park, Sonny Brimmer, Zivcic and Chapman, so a very formidable side. As Josh Diven now has an opportunity for the equaliser, but it's cleared away by a desperate North Geelong defence. And most notably, a diving Matthew Stoppage there. That ball was headed into the back of the net. It looked like it was going to be the equaliser, but Stoppage, who's had a great game today at the centre of the North Geelong defence, saved the day for the Warriors on that occasion. Angel now clears it away to Kingsley, who almost had his first touch of the day. He wasn't able to. Corlich now. He's got two North Geelong players to contend with. Chapman is one of them. Chapman manages to evoke a free kick. Gets pushed there by Corlich, and he's able to slow things down. And it is going to be a chance now for the Warriors to just slow things down. Darcy Atanasovsky, one of the few players that he remains from last year's team. He's going to be coming on for Josh Diven, it certainly looks like it. And Diven will be very unhappy that he wasn't able to score that equaliser when that ball was just seemingly headed for the back of the net. But Stoppage, well, if it stays 1-0, it will be a match-winning save, that. Ricochets off the referee. Referee was about to let it go, and then he said, no, fellas, I've interfered with the game too much, so I'm going to drop the ball here. And since the Knights were the ones who had the ball last, they will be getting possession. Karlovic finds Dargenio. Suski. Chipped in by Ellis to Zivcic now. Got Chapman on that far side. He's going to chip it over to him. Chapman gets there ahead of Aresti. He hasn't got too many options. Tries to go alone. Manages to find Cassian Angel free. He switches it looking for Brimmer. Uses his body well. Back to Barnovats. Barnovats to Eshe Adnom. He's got Michael Suski to contend with there. Still Adnom. He's going to get pushed and he's going to get a free kick. About a metre or two just outside the penalty box. And the referee says, yep, it's about a metre and a half away from the edge of the box. Cassian Angel, the influential Romanian midfielder. He's going to be the one that is going to take the ball. When I say influential, he certainly was the operator of the engine room last season, and was one of the main reasons why the Warriors achieved top spot and promotion from VPL 2. Approaching the 70th minute. Angel goes to the back post, and flurry of activity there. Stoppage once again involved in that, but the ball ended up in the safe hands of Lucas Trenkovski. Barnovats now has had a brilliant game. And a free kick there to Nugent, Maurice Nugent. Quickly taken, Karlovic now. Goes out to the far side where he finds Theo Aresti. Ball ends up back with Aresti. Goes for a long searching ball, finding Suski on the near side in front of the hill. And the hill, which is the home of the St Albans Dinamo supporters, will come alive later tonight. In the meantime, in the background, you can hear the Melbourne Knights supporters as Corlish with a strike there. Flanagan now. The Knights desperately looking for an equaliser. Chapman tried to keep it in play, but the ball went out, and it is going to be a throw-in back in front of the small grandstand there. It's quickly taken by Ochieng. He finds Gonzalez. Karlovic now. Yeah, to his right, and it looks like it was offside against Flanagan there. A lot of noise, a lot of action happening here at Churchill Reserve. Great crowd, great atmosphere, by the way. And quite an even game, a very competitive game, that's for sure. As we've seen substitution now, Angel coming off. And Cameron Sherry coming on to replace the remaining import. Kingsley now. He's got no one there, but it's quickly slid. And there is an opportunity. Just gone begging. And whoever the player was he's on the ground. It was looks like Chapman. He was Angus Chapman. His effort, he seemed to be a little bit off balance, but his effort just went well wide of the target. But a good build-up play there by Eshun Kingsley. Sherry, who's just come on, fighting for that ball, and he managed to see that ball go out of play for a goal kick to the North Geelong Warriors. I think both sides have made about 3 substitutions apiece. There's still time for more substitutions and still more time for another goal or 2 or 3. So far, we've only seen 1 goal this game. Ellis now. And that's on the far side. And here's an opportunity. It was Michael Suski, and the player that did that marauding run, was that Theo Resti on that far side? Either way, it was a good penetrating run by the Knights on that occasion. And super sub, or Michael Suski, the sub, had an opportunity to become the super sub. A tussle between a Knights player and Ashton Kingsley on the far side. The Knights ended up winning out. Nugent with the ball now. Dargenio. Suski, Dargenio back. Brimmer now pokes the ball out where it goes as far as Gonzalez. He goes and finds Ochieng on that far side. Corlish was amongst all of that as well. Flanagan now. And a shot there by Anastosky. And a wide shot once again that just wasn't on target. I think it might have been Nugent on that occasion. But look, he managed to get a corner after Mazzaferro with his diving effort tipped the ball away. So it's a corner for the Melbourne Knights now as we're approaching the 75th minute. Comes in a dangerous one, but it goes over the crossbar, and in the end, a dangerous ball turns into, well, a non-event in effect, as the Warriors now regroup, and they will take this goal kick. Well, as we edge closer towards the end of this game, time is slowly starting to run out. We've got 15 minutes. There's still plenty of time for either side to make an impact on the scoreboard here at Churchill Reserve. Barnavats. In fact, that was Chapman. Kingsley now. He's got about 3 Knights players to contend with. It's pushed out by Thomas Kardelovich to the safety of the line. And Kingsley just looks like a really, really strong kind of a player who's managing to use his body and strength very well in his direction now. Chapman, he's trying to get the ball. Corlic pushes it forward. Suski now has the ball in the middle of the park. He's got Dargenio who crosses it in. Anastosky now. Barnovats. He's tripped right in front of the referee, and he'll get that free kick. There's Atticus Gonzalez doing the tripping, and right in front of the referee. He had perfect vantage point there. Happened just a mere 2 or 3 metres in front of him. Free kick to the North Geelong Warriors. Deep inside their defensive half. We turn our attention now to next week's games for these two teams. We'll just hold that there. Chapman heads the ball. Almost heads it a second time. There's a bit of a head collision there, and the referee will immediately stop things just to make sure that everything is fine. There's a mid-air head collision, and certainly the referee has a duty of care to stop it and make sure that everything is fine. That was Massimo Dargenio from the Knights, and the Knights medico is immediately signalling over to the Knights bench for assistance. So I don't know if there's a blood happening there. And Chapman is still down for the North Geelong Warriors, and this is an opportunity for the players from both teams to quickly run over to the substitutions bench and to get a much needed drink. We've still got about another 15 or so minutes of this contest remaining, and possibly even longer if we end up having a long stoppage here. But back to next week, the Melbourne Knights, they'll be at home for their first home game of the season at Tom Set Stadium against Melbourne Victory. So it'll be the battle of the two Melbournes next Friday night, 8:30 p.m. And then on Saturday, it's the battle of the two Norths. North Sunshine coming up against North Geelong at Larissa Reserve in Sunshine. And that game kicking off at 3 p.m. The referee holding proceedings up here as Massimo Dargenio getting some treatment. We do have a progress score from the other VPL 1 game happening at the moment, and we're into stoppage time at Manningham, where Manningham United is currently leading Bulleen Lions 3-1. So a convincing performance there, and dare I say a convincing victory to Manningham United over the Bulleen Lions. So at this stage it means Brunswick Juventus on top on goal difference with 3 points, followed by Northcote City and Manningham United, and then North Geelong in equal top spot, but by virtue of goal difference likely to be in 4th position. So we've had 4 games so far in the opening round of the VPL 1 season, and it looks like we're going to have, well, depending on the result here, could have 4 victories. Marco Tavella on the sidelines getting ready to come on in the event that Massimo Dargenio is not able to continue. And we were right, looks like he has received or copped a gash to the head as the Knights medico is bandaging him up, and then also making sure that he's stabilised and not only bandaged up, but he's also able to safely come off the ground. So I dare say there is going to be a substitution made very, very shortly, which is a shame for Dargenio, who just came on midway through that second half. It all accounts, it looks like he is going to come off the park very, very quickly. Yeah, Knights physio rather concerned, I think, to move him very quickly. Wonder if they're even going to consider getting a stretcher. Either way, play has been held up now, and it's almost been 5 minutes, so no doubt there is going to be quite a fair bit of time added on at the end of the regulation 90 minutes, but he's back onto his feet, which is a good sign, but he looks very, very ginger, and it looks like he's going straight to the dressing room, so we certainly hope he's okay, but kind of looks like it may well be a concussion situation here from where our vantage point is. And Marco Tavella about to come on as soon as Massimo D'Argenio comes off the pitch. And that is about to be made official. And number 2, Marco Tavella, comes on to the park to replace number 22, Massimo D'Argenio. Into the 83rd minute here, but dare I say there'll be at least another 5 to 6, maybe even more minutes of time added on. And it's going to be a drop ball now as the Knights have possession, and Tavella gets his first touch after coming on just moments earlier. Ochieng now trying to control it, but to no avail. And Warriors custodian Mazzaferro safely takes possession of the ball. Goes for a long one-step kick in the direction of Kingsley. And the wind certainly is picking up now at Churchill Reserve. It's quite blustery. Wasn't the case early on in the piece, but it is now. And we can see a flag right beneath us that seems to be blowing quite strongly. Barnabas now, who's probably been the North Geelong Warriors' best player today. He's certainly been the captain courageous, that's for sure. He's been heavily involved in a lot of good action today. Karlovic now. Kingsley bearing down on him. Sherry for North Geelong. Dispossessed. The Warriors get the ball out only as far as Stoppage. It's been very adventurous on a couple of occasions. Chapman, I think, incurring that infringement there. Ball is going to go all the way back, and it's going to be a free kick to the Knights. Long ball looking for Suski. But easily headed on by Adenom to Mazzaferro. He puts the ball on the deck and then goes forward. Arrest in the back there of Kingsley, but no free kick for the North Geelong Warriors substitute. Tavella back to Nugent, to Karlovic on the far side. Arresti. He goes forward, looking for Atanasovsky, but it's cleared away by the North Geelong defence. Brimmer now tries to clear it, or not tries to clear it, tries to pass it on forward. Ochieng now for the Knights. Arresti. Karlovic. Not too many options forward for the Melbourne Knights. Even though they've done really well possession-wise, they just can't seem to get the ball forward to a target man, and that seems to be the big problem. Suski now. He's got 2 North Geelong players. It's chipped forward, looking for Kingsley. Karlovic in action. He knocks it all the way back to Trenkovski. Maurice Nugent going forward, but once again, not too many opportunities, or not too many targets that he could choose. And I think if that's going to be the Knights' problem this year, it's the fact that they don't really seem to have that target player up front. And, whether the fact of the matter is that they're going to have to score their goals from the midfield. That's certainly one area they may struggle. There's a little bit of a tussle in the penalty box here for North Geelong. Brimmer now, nice little touch there. He's got the ball on the right-hand side. Tavalla chasing to Kingsley. Gets it to Živčić now. Živčić is tripped over and he's going to get a free kick now. And that was Atticus Gonzalez who knocked Živčić over. But a prolific goal scorer for St Albans Dynamo's under-23s team last year, who has crossed over to Melbourne Knights, Nicholas Murray. He wasn't in the squad earlier today, but he certainly could be that target man in weeks to come, months to come this season. Brimmer now tries to cross it in, but Tavalla knew exactly what he wanted to do, and the ball goes out of play. And speaking of target men, Sonny Brimmer was one player who was on target on many occasions last year, winning the VPL 2 Golden Boot. Tell you one player that's been pretty impressive for the Warriors this afternoon has been Luke Živčić. He seems like a very slight player, slight build, but he's been in everything, really fighting hard for the ball. Towards the back post there. Bonovac now knocks it forward, looking for Stoppage. And cleared away by the Knights defence. And that was number 15, Tanasovsky, helping out his defence. Theo Resti pushes it forward now for Suski. The Knights looking to turn defence into attack. Corlic, a kick now there by Flanagan. Suski now. And, well, that was a crowd goal because he hit the back of the net, but it went around the back of the goals. And even though it looked like it had gone in, it hadn't. But some tense moments there for the Warriors bench. It was against the run of play. And the Melbourne Knights quite possibly, quite easily could have found the equaliser there. We're into the 89th minute, 1 minute to go of regulation time. And all eyes will be on the fourth official to see exactly how much added time there will be. Theo Resti, he's tried everything today. He's really worked hard. And a quick glance now down to the fourth official. It looks like there may be 8 minutes of time added on. We'll just confirm that very, very shortly. We are fast approaching the 90th minute, or the 91st now. Regulation time has almost expired. Ball goes out of play for a throw-in. And there is confirmation from the fourth official, yes, 8 minutes of time to be added on, following that sickening head collision between Angus Chapman and Massimo D'Argenio about 15 minutes earlier. Game was held up for a minimum of 6-7 minutes, I think it was, or thereabouts, and the total amount of time to be added to this absorbing contest is 8 minutes. And it's now going to be a goal kick to be very, very quickly taken by Lucas Trenkovsky. Theo Resti has the ball. Looks for Karlovic further afield. Živčić now. Unable to do anything with it, and as a result, Anastosky had it. The Knights with the ball. Desperately looking for an avenue towards goal. Sherry clearing it away. Živčić again, doing everything that he can. Chapman poking it forward in open space. Kingsley was there, but so too was Karlovic. Back to his keeper. He knocks it to Aresti. Not much time left. The Knights need something. And cleared away by S.A. Adanon. And it's a throw-in to the Melbourne Knights right in front of the North Geelong bench. Aresti goes to the far side. Looking for and finding Flanagan. Pushed away by Storšić. And ball is going to be a throw-in to be taken by Nathan Flanagan. Time is running out for the Knights. Gonzalez back to Flanagan. To the back post here. And Tavalla unable to do anything there. Ball goes out of play. And a goal kick to the home side. The Warriors. They were promoted from VPL 2 last year, and they could, just like Brunswick Juventus last night, might be starting life in VPL 1 with a win. And against their sister club. Great friends off the field, on the field, great competitors. Tavalla now. Suski bundled off the ball. Brimmer now. He's got Živčić now. Tries to go through him. And it looks like it may well be a free kick to Brimmer against Aresti. Theo Aresti. Aresti has walked off, or was run off, away from the scene of the crime. And the referee says, no, we're not going to give any cards here. Rather, it's going to be a free kick. With about 5 minutes left of this game. Shun Nakamura with the ball. He's going to go to the back post. Brimmer now. But his header doesn't trouble Trenkovski. He disposes of that very, very quickly, looking for Korlic up front, but it's Ellis there. Barnabas heads it on, looking for Brimmer. Tavalla back to where it all started from with the goalkeeper Trenkovski. Back to Tavalla. The Knights, no, they haven't got much time. Suski to Tavalla. A diving tackle there from Anthony Barnabas. He's saying that it was his ball. And now there's a little bit of argy-bargy happening right on the Warriors bench. And this is where the Knights now have to move away from here. They need to move away because they haven't got much time. And all this is going to do is just going to unsettle everyone. But a lot of frustration creeping in from the Knights. The Warriors now also getting involved. Players, officials, substitutes, on-field players. A lot of emotion, a lot of feeling. The officials are just standing back, letting the coaches and the officials do their thing. But there's a lot of feeling left in this game. A lot of feeling and emotion in this contest. It means a lot to both these teams. The Knights, they can't afford a loss first up. They need to get back into NPL. And the Warriors, they are desperate to get back to where they once were a few years back as well. They need this win. It's going to be a tough campaign ahead. And the referee seems to have everything under control. He's, if there's going to be any yellow cards or any cautions, the referee signalling to Marco Tavalla. Looks like he's going to get a yellow card. And Anthony Barnabas also being summoned by the referee. And a yellow card to both those players who were involved. Well, I guess it was the ball went out of play. It was, from what we could see, it was a Melbourne Knights throw. But Barnabas was adamant that it was a North Geelong throw. He wanted to get the ball. He wanted to keep the action moving and how quickly the situation escalated. But now we have cooler heads prevail. Everything has settled down and we're ready to resume the final moments of this contest. As we said, off the field, they are sister clubs. The best of friends on the field. The biggest of competitors. As Afero now has the ball, baiting the Knights players who are eager to get the ball, but unable to do so. There's Afero. High ball goes to the middle of the park. Živčić in action against Nugent. Nugent with the ball now, but it's going to be a free kick to North Geelong. That was Chapman, who has been in the thick of it all afternoon, managing to get a free kick there. Barnabas, long ball, looking in the direction of Brimmer. Tavalla. He's been tripped up by Brimmer and he'll get a free kick deep inside his defensive half. Aresti, Tochieng. The Warriors trying to get the ball off the Knights. Aresti now. He's been heavily involved in a lot of the play today. Suski has been good since he's been coming on. A nutmeg there past Živčić. He's held back. He's going to get a free kick. And the game is certainly not over as a contest, that's for sure. Suski about to take it, but Aresti, Theo Aresti, has been one of the Knights' most active players throughout the afternoon. Gone 98 minutes, so we played the full allocation of stoppage time. And here's an opportunity, and that was Flanagan. He didn't get on the end of it the way he would have liked to. And right at the death, he could have had an opportunity to equalise, to find the equaliser. The ball sails well over the sidelines. Ochieng to Karlovic. And there we have it. The final whistle here at Churchill Reserve. So we have a motorbike or just behind us making a lot of noise, and in the end it was an absorbing contest, and the start of the VPL 1 season sees the North Geelong Warriors on the neutral terrain of Churchill Reserve come away as the winner, thanks to a goal in the 35th minute by Patrick Wall, who unfortunately was substituted in the second half, but he did enough to earn his side the 3 points as the Warriors come off the park 1-0 winners, and the Melbourne Knights will be looking to Friday night's game against Melbourne Victory at home to get their season campaign off the ground. It was an enthralling contest, played in delightful conditions in front of a very, very large crowd. And on that note, we urge you to hang around and come back at 7:45 p.m. tonight on the NPL Victoria YouTube channel for the NPL Victoria clash between St Albans Dynamo and Dandenong City Hajduk. Until then, my name is Tonchi Prusats, and it has been an absolute pleasure calling this afternoon's game. Goodbye.
ya, see ya.
Yeah, I got it all.
A little bit of emotion, nothing.
Sorry about the technical issues. Sorry about the vision going on. Yeah, that was me, that was studio.
Yeah, I had to text them.
I assume they brought your mic up and then just forgot to the vision or something. Yeah.
So there's someone like back in the studio.
Yeah, so I broadcast to the studio and they switch all the games and things. There's like 15 or something. So busy. Only on 4 on Are you back tonight?